Select the team you want to join. Start your season with recommended settings. If you wish to change roles or adjust options, use the tiles on the left.
One time for the old times in the East Bay. It's the coach. This is our second of two here on this opening Monday night. Coming up, the Oakland Raiders, playing in likely their final home opener in the 5-1-0 as they host their division rivals, the Denver Broncos. I'll be back to make sense of this opening weekend at halftime, but first, we're out to the Bay Area. Standing by, Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
Coach, there will be time for reflection, certainly as the season goes on, but for what might be the final time in the East Bay, it is opening night of the NFL season here in Oakland, California. The pregame festivities here in Oakland have to be seen to be believed. This crowd in silver and black, they are fired up as their Raiders get set to face off with the Denver Broncos. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And Charles, a new season finally here. We had the great one Thursday night. All sorts of intrigue in the games yesterday, and now we put a bow on this first weekend with a good one here tonight.
We do put a spotlight on key games, don't we? Even key nights. Thursday night has become a spotlight night. How about Sunday night? But there still is some magic to playing on Monday night, and these two teams are feeling it.
Now the kicker, Brandon McManus, about ready to get us started. And off we go from Oakland. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Derek Carr is set and ready to roll as he leads the Raiders out onto the field. Carr in his 6th season, 28 years of age, former second-round pick back in 2014. And a lot of people feel first down. He'll get this one complete to Zay Jones. And he's going to get a good gain of 9 here up to the 34. Maybe a good spot to take a shot. Here's 2nd and a yard from the 34. This is Josh Jacobs, the Alabama man, with his first NFL carry. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. This is Jalen Richard, the 4th-year man from Southern Miss. And he's going to be stopped up quickly here. Just a yard up to the 39. And the offensive starters here for the Raiders.
And last night we were discussing some of the changes they've made offensively during the offseason. And we know it helped for them to have the first game at home. Hopefully this crowd, which we saw coming in, they've been here for a while, ready to go. You and I should have joined the tailgates, that's for sure. They're going to give them plenty of encouragement. They'll try and ride that wave and get their first victory of the year.
Now, meanwhile, here's a second down throw that's knocked away and incomplete. After an incomplete pass on 2nd down, that'll leave him trying to convert on 3rd and 9. From the gun, it's Carr. He'll be brought down by the Broncos. It's a sack. Von Miller doing what he does best with a sack.
It always helps for a visiting team to come in and set the tone on defense. In fact, when we talked with them prior to the game, they said they wanted this home crowd to feel like they had to hide their valuables when they were in town.
Well, the home crowd quiet now early. See if their offense can take over and get some points on the board. So on 4th down, they bring on the Michigan man, Matt Wild, to kick it away. So possession goes over here on the punt. And the Broncos take over, 1st down and 10. So now here are the Broncos for their first drive of the game. They will be led out by a second-round pick in 2019. Out of Missouri, it's Drew Lock. Lock and the Broncos going to come up 1st and 10 at their own 16. On 1st and 10, here's Lock. This one complete to the running back, Lindsey. And he'll go down just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line. Call it a pickup of 7, and it'll be a second down. Looking to throw again on second down. Lock, open man, that's Noah Fant, the tight end. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. A big play on the catch and run, covering 34 yards.
I know we love our jobs, and pretty much any play we see, we're pretty, excited about. But big plays, let's face it, that's what we absolutely live for. How about that one?
That was great, and what our camera missed was the fist pump from the sideline after that catch. They're fired out. That's a big game. So the big play gets him across midfield now for 1st and 10. Now the young man who was a Pro Bowler as an undrafted rookie, it's Philip Lindsay. And he's able to carve out about 6 there, down to the 37. On second down and 4. Lock, he's got his big tight end, Fant. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle comes at the Raiders' 26. Lock now on first down. This is the tight end, Fant. They get him to the ground right on the cusp of the red zone after a pickup of 5 or 6. A gain of 6 there on first. They go back to the ground now with Lindsey. And on this one, he'll get to the 15, right at the 15-yard line. Now the 4th-year man from Utah, Devontae Booker. And that one blown up quickly as he's going to be stopped before he could even get started. Bear in mind, that wasn't a big lineman back there for the tackle for loss. That was a cornerback.
So are you saying the myth has been shattered? That all of them are not just cover corners? Some of them actually will stick their nose in and tackle when necessary? That's what we just saw, isn't it?
Throwing on 2nd and 14. Lock. He'll get this one to Patrick. And they'll bring him down at the 13-yard line. The reception good for 7. It's 3rd down. Throwing his Lock on 3rd down. This will be caught at about the 6. And he has the first down before he's tackled at the 5. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
Well, he's looking sharp right from the get-go here. Tough division. They needed this kind of a start. But I think this is part of where scripting comes in. We always hear about the scripting of plays, how they're going to be called. Everyone dress rehearses their script, and right now they're following it to a T.
For that opening drive, so part of the script still to come, right, partner?
Yeah, no doubt about it. We've got a ways to go with that, but you can tell that they worked on the script the entire week in practice, and it's paying off for them.
They'll run with Lindsey, and he'll get in. Touchdown, Denver. A 5-yard touchdown run as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. An ideal start for them, really. You force the punt, and then you go down and score.
And you've got to see a fist pump on the sideline from the head coach, don't you? Because he's turned into his bench, and he's telling his team, this is how we prepare. Force the punt, go downfield and score. I told you guys, it's just like a boxer in the gym preparing for the fight. Now we get to turn it all loose.
McManus's point after is good, and it's now a 7-0 game. So that one a pretty time-consuming 10-play drive, and it was capped off by a Philip Lindsay touchdown run. After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away. That's fielded in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Now the Oakland offense heading back onto the field to take over. They were forced to punt on their initial drive of the new season. Now they're ready to go as they begin again with a 1st and 10. Carr and the Raiders come up 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. Working from the gun, it's Carr. Got a man open, it's Darren Waller. And they're able to get this one across the 35. That one will go as a gain of 11. Raiders having a 1st down as well. Now Carr on the bootleg. This will be caught. Tyrell Williams. And he gets this one to midfield before he's brought down. 14 yards is the pickup there at a Raider 1st. Here's Jacobs on 1st and 10. And that play will go nowhere. Losing yardage back near midfield at the 49. That sends him 2 yards in the wrong direction and leads to 2nd down. Plays like we just saw there. That's why they're up right now. And the defense, they're doing their job.
Yeah, it starts with the guys up front. So when you talk with GMs who are putting together a team, a lot of them say we're going to build from the inside out, because if you control the line of scrimmage, you control the rest of the ball game. And that's what we're seeing here. They're actually playing in the offense's backfield, not necessarily just playing at the line of scrimmage.
Here's a throw out wide, complete to his running back right side. And he is across midfield from 149 to the other 49, a gain of just 2. So a look here at the key inactives, and we got this list before the game down on the field. And they tell us the same thing every time, don't they? Next man up.
No excuses. Be ready to play. That's the mantra of every organization. The key is having guys on the roster who are capable of filling in and playing at a high level. That's when you know you've drafted well, scouted free agents well, and stocked your team just the way you're supposed to. That's a pretty good throw on the curl route there. 3rd down, and they pick up a 1st.
Defense should be aware for that, right?
They should be aware, but it was so hard sometimes.
Yeah, it's not easy.
Because when they sell that route really well, you think they're going upfield, and they curl back, show their numbers to the quarterback, and complete the play.
Throwing now is Carr. Got his man. That's Tyrell Williams. And this time not quite to the 30. It'll be down at the 31-yard line. A gain of 6 there on 1st. On 2nd down now. It's Jacobs. And he gets stopped up at the 31 after a gain of maybe a yard. Here's the 7th play of this drive. This is 3rd and 4. Shotgun now for Carr. Able to find Waller. That's complete. And he gets the 1st down here as he's taken down at the 24. That one good for 7 as this long drive continues and the chains move again. 2nd year in Oakland for Waller after being signed off the Ravens practice squad, but only 6 catches, 75 yards a season ago. Then he got a lot of hype in the offseason following OTAs. Their offensive coordinators saying, you know, Darren, you have that position. Coach Gruden went as far as to say, Darren, you have the chance of a lifetime here. Well, now it's time for Darren Waller to go out there and prove it. And now a throw on 1st down there, but it's incomplete. Derek Carrier, the one he was looking for. That'll bring up 2nd down. Throwing again. Carr. He'll find his tight end. That's Waller. And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9. They've got another 1st down. The Raider passing game clicking on all cylinders right now.
And there's another completion to the tight end. And let's face it, it is hard to overthrow a 6'6" target.
It is indeed. Quarterbacks like their speed guys. They like that huge 6'6" target that they've got in him.
They really do, and it reminds me of what one great tight end told me once. He told his quarterback, just make sure you throw it up there. You know, kind of like put up on the top shelf where the kids can't get it.
Now a carry for Jacobs. And he'll take this from the 9 down to about the 7. The line of scrimmage, the 7 now on 2nd and goal. One more time with Jacobs. And running room scarce here. He's going to be stopped in his tracks at the line of scrimmage. 2 runs in a row, but only 2 yards to show for him. Carr now on 3rd and goal. And that's going to be caught for a Raider touchdown. A 7-yard touchdown grab. As his guys are on the board here in this 1st quarter. Certainly there are good things about quick strike offenses that score fast. but a long drive can also work to your advantage as well.
In so many ways, Brandon, because number one, you get them tired, but the big one is mentally. They can't figure out how to slow you down, how to get off the field, how to get the ball back. They go to the bench wondering, what are we going to do next time in order to stop those guys?
Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And we are tied at 7. So that drive spans 13 plays. And it winds up in 6 points for the Raiders. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. This is fielded at the chalk of the 10. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28-yard line. Here's the Denver offense now as they get set to take over here. And they had to wait a long time to get the football back. Probably not what you were hoping for when you got an offense that's humming.
Agreed. What you were looking for is the defense get the ball back pretty quickly, right? Hoping for a 3 and out. So that didn't happen. You can't yell at your D for that. They've got to take care of their own business and reestablish themselves now that they're back on the field.
And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40. Locke going to bring the offense up 1st and 10, and he's completed all 7 of his passes thus far. Broncos football as we begin quarter number 2, as they've got it with a 1st and 10.
Just like that.
Throwing on 1st down is Locke. And that'll be knocked away. It's incomplete. He was trying to find Noah Fant, the tight end, and that'll bring up 2nd down. Faking the give to Lindsey. Here's Locke. His throw incomplete. Not sure what happened out there, but it looked like the timing was a little off on that throw.
Well, you know I'm a defender, so what am I going to say?
Great defense.
Darn right. They did something to disrupt that timing.
They'll find Lindsey here. And that play is blown up, losing yardage back at the 35. Call that a loss of 5 yards on the play. And that's going to bring up a 4th down.
When you lose that kind of yardage on a pass play, you often expect it to be a sack. But that wasn't the case there. They completed the pass. Probably would have been better off just dropping the football and making an incompletion as opposed to catching it and losing that kind of yardage.
On is the punt team now as this one's sent away. Oh, it breaks another. Still on his feet. It's a 44-yard punt, just 3 on the return. And the Raiders will take over now 1st and 10. Well, week 1 finally wrapping up here tonight, but more football coming your way Thursday night. It'll be the Buccaneers and Panthers in an early season NFC South battle in Charlotte. Carr and the Raiders come up 1st and 10 at their own 22. On the ground, it's Jacobs to start the drive. The All-Pro Von Miller there on the tackle. On 2nd down, it's Jacobs, and he'll get this one up to the 26. Just a couple on the ground there, and that's going to bring up 3rd and about 6. Throwing his Carr on 3rd down. He'll swing this one out to Richard, and they'll get him down about 3 yards short of the 1st.
So much about offense is what you call hidden yardage. You know, you throw the ball to someone, they catch it, and then they can make a big play. You know, they create a play, run after catch. They did a really nice job there of limiting that and keeping him from a 1st down.
Yeah, stopped him in his tracks. Here's Matt Weil now as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. He steps into this one, and this is a rocket. And that'll hit at the 5 and go into the end zone for a touchback. And marching back out there now, the Raiders defense gets ready. And as we're going to see right here, they have been laying some pretty electrifying hits in this one.
And these are for real. Okay, as you watch, Think about putting yourself in that spot, about being the ball carrier or the receiver.
I don't want to.
And then taking that shot, it is something else. It's not like when we were watching that video clip where they showed you how they make sounds for movies. This is for real.
They'll start on the ground with Lindsey. Trying to run inside, but nothing there. And Marquell Lee with a stop defensively. On second down, a run with Lindsey. And he's going to lose yardage here. Back to his own 18. A second down play results in a loss of 2 yards.
Perfectly designed blitz right there. They took that one from the grease board to the field because they were able to free up their linebacker to get into the backfield and spill the play.
And the Raiders call on a nickel set for third down. From the gun on third down, Locke. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
Certainly looked like they were getting ready to convert there on third down, but what an effort to get his hand on that one, knock it away, and brings up a fourth down decision.
The Broncos send out their punter now, standing right on his own 5-yard line. First kick, 47. This one looks good as well. Fair catch called for and made at about the 32-yard line. So a change of possession here on the punt. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. And now Oakland ready to take the field. And they're coming off a 3-and-out, my friend.
I think they've got to look at that play sheet and go to a spot that they haven't gone before. Time to shake things up a little bit to try and get this offense moving.
Okay, so how do you do that? How do you shake things up?
You look at what you called before, realize it hasn't worked.
Go to someone else.
And maybe you try and find one of those special plays from one of your better players, and maybe try and hit something big and get things going in the excitement area. I saw Von Miller in college at Texas A&M, and all I kept hearing about was his speed off the edge to the quarterback. But what impressed me, his balance and his ability to take on blocks and be a force in the run game, as we just saw there.
On second and 11 now. Carr. That's complete to his tight end, Waller. The Raiders on third down. They've converted 3 out of 5 thus far. This time it's 3rd and 3. Here's Carr. Waller taking it in over the middle. And he's taken down at the 43, but not before picking up the first. His 5th catch tonight, and it's good for a first down. Well, unless there's a postseason meeting later in the year, this is most likely the final time that the Broncos and Raiders will play in Oakland. Of course, so much history between the two since their inaugural season in the AFL back in 1960. Broncos and Raiders, they've been locked together in the same division, facing off twice a season. And this rivalry also stands as the most common pairing for Monday night games like we have here, 18 times, the most of any two teams. 5 yards on the carry, good pickup on first down. From just shy of midfield, Carr under pressure here, and down he goes. Sacked back at about the 43-yard line. Barreling in for the sack, Shelby Harris.
Well, that's the second time he's been sacked so far in the first half, and if they have designs on having a big year, on going anywhere, they've got to find a way to keep him upright so he can throw the football.
Carr and the Raiders following the sack, looking up at a 3rd and long. Operating from the gun, Carr. He's got his man on the crossing route. And this is going to be another first down as they'll make the tackle at the Broncos' 37.
The goal for any offense versus his own defense, find the holes where guys are available and put the ball on the receiver before any defender can step up and fill it.
They did it well there. Perfectly executed crossing route. So a 1st and 10 now in Denver territory at the 37-yard line. Carr going to give it to Jacobs, and he'll get 3 down to the 34-yard line. 3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. throw. Looking middle, and that's complete. And this is going to be another first down as they'll make the tackle at the Broncos' 24-yard line.
That was a route run not just with dexterity, but with intelligence. Found the hole in the zone, made sure the quarterback saw him, and was able to make the sure catch and flip the down marker back to 1.
Carr will come up here with a 1st and 10. And he's 4 for 4 now, throwing the ball to start the drive. To throw is Carr. And now the ball's out. Carr lost it. Fumble. But fortunately, he's able to recover his own fumble, and that could have been trouble.
Well, that was a big oops right there. But how about his ability to correct it? Loses the football, able to get it back himself.
Yeah, pounced right back on it, keeps possession. So 2nd and long, and got to be careful not to fall out of field goal range. Now Carr. Here's a short little toss to Carrier. Only 3 yards on the catch. It's 3rd down. The Raiders on 3rd down. They've been very good, 5 for 7 thus far. This will be a tough 3rd and 18. He's going to launch this thing way downfield. And unable to connect, incomplete. Now give them credit, they took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down. They're going for a receiver there. Already has 1 touchdown in this first half, a 2nd one not to be.
I like where their headspace is, though. I mean, I really like the thought process, right? You got a guy who's already scored 1, right? You want to go back to him, continue the hot hand, and make them adjust to you defensively. I like what they were trying to get done, even though they weren't successful.
And this one is right down the middle. And they take the lead here now at 10-7. Last season for Carlson, did a strange rookie year. Won the Vikings job, then was let go week 2 after going 0 for 3, but he picked things back up.
Remember, he was drafted to cure their kicking woes, and he ends up going 0 for 3 against Green Bay, including the potential game winner. Gets cut, picked up by the Raiders, 16 for 17 the rest of the season. I'd say at the end of the year, a pretty good success story.
Out there to start their next drive, Phillip Lindsay and the Broncos. They've given him some touches. They haven't had a lot of success on the ground. Do you maybe keep going to that well, or do you mix it up more?
I think you mix it up more, try and loosen things up. Get the defense to react to other people, other plays, but don't forget about it. That's your horse. You know, Secretariat lost twice in his career.
So educational. That's very true, kids. Look it up. Meanwhile, they take a shot to start the drive, but this is going to wind up incomplete.
It's always a battle. Who's going to win on first down, the offense or the defense? Let's face it, if you get the ball, 4 yards or more on first down is what you're aiming for. They tried to throw for it there. Nice effort to knock that one away and bring up 2nd down.
Now a deep ball there on 2nd down, but it'll wind up incomplete. Block off of play action. He's got a man. It's Sutton that's complete. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 17 yards for the Broncos there as they've got themselves a first down.
Well, we always hear about the connections some quarterbacks have with certain receivers. I think this guy has a connection with just about everyone. Didn't mind throwing it in there against double coverage to him.
Shows some confidence, supreme confidence.
Big-time confidence that he would make the play for him, and he did.
Now Locke on the bootleg. Man open, that's Juwan Winfrey. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. The end result, 21 yards.
Partner, this is one of the best routes anyone can have in their offensive playbook. Tough to defend because you think it's a go route, and then he breaks it back on the comeback. There's one other thing you need as well.
A well-thrown ball?
Exactly right. You have a guy who has some precision in throwing the football because of the timing of the route.
So here's a 1st and 10 now in Raider territory at the 37-yard line. Block now to throw. A little check down to Lindsay. And he'll be brought down at the 27-yard line. A good gain again. That's now 31 yards combined on those last two plays. On second down now, it's Lindsay. And he'll go down here right around the 23-yard line. 4 yards the pickup, first down. On first down, Locke. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Denver score. 23 yards for the touchdown. And the Broncos have retaken the lead. Boy, it's nice to have that big, reliable target you can go to.
Each and every time. A lot of people see that position as a fallback. Throw it to them when all else fails. Not at all. This guy can make plays, and that's exactly what he just did.
Yeah, play here for a touchdown. Now McManus for the extra point. And that makes it 14-10. So the drive winds up going 75 yards in 7 plays. And it ends with a Denver touchdown. After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away. This fielded at the 2. And he'll get it up across the 20 to the 21-yard line. Derek Carr and the Raiders set for their next possession. Been a decent start for him here in this first half, but bottom line, his team's losing. They got to fix something.
And it starts with him. He has to keep that little quarterback strut going right now to make sure his team sees him as confident. Continue to try and up his game. But just let them know, hey, if I'm around, if I'm the one calling signals and throwing the football, just follow me, we'll get there. Sometimes that will do more to elevate a team than anything else.
See if he has that confidence. Carr now on first down. It's a screen to Richard. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. Second and right at a yard. That last catch short of the marker by just a yard leaves him with a very manageable 2nd and 1. Trying to find a lane, but instead he'll get back to the line of scrimmage. And no more. It's caught. Jones. And taking it across midfield and just shy of the 40.
Did you see that route the way that I did? I thought he was trying to get deep.
Yeah, that wasn't the first option.
No, not really. It came off of that guy, the deep guy, and came underneath on the drag. Completed it very well.
The Raiders going to use one of their timeouts as they'll stop it with exactly a minute to go before halftime. On first down, Carr. This complete to Jones. Now the Raiders going to go ahead and use the second of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half. Able to get 7 on that first down pass play. 2nd and 3. Now Carr. That's complete to Richard, the running back. And this won't be enough to pick up the first. A gain of 2, 3rd and 1. Carr with a play fake to Jacobs. And that is incomplete.
Really good, smart play by the defense, understanding 3rd and short, guarding the first down sticks, and being able to make a play on the football and bat it down.
And for the second time tonight, this field goal unit comes out here. He was true on his first. This a tough one from 49 yards away. And this one is right down Broadway. And the lead is down to 1 now at 14-13. So the 3 points here, they're still down, but they put somewhat of a dent into that lead going into the break.
Anything helps when you're trying to chip away at a lead, but they do know that they're going to need a little bit better effort in the second half.
That'll be taken in the end zone. And not wanting to risk anything here late in the half, he'll just take a knee and they'll bring the football out to the 25. Now we get a peek at the captain of this offense heading back out there. He's played a pretty clean first half, a touchdown, no interceptions.
Frankly, that's what they expect out of him. They want to see the ball thrown and thrown well, and he's able to do that and put it in the end zone. They'd love to see more of that before this game finishes. But right now, he's got his team in a good spot.
A good spot, maybe looking for touchdown pass number 2 here in the second quarter. So we have reached halftime here in the final game of opening weekend 2019. As we'll send you eastward to Orlando. Standing by with that EA Sports halftime report now is Jonathan Coachman. Take it away, Coach.
All right, Brandon, thanks very much. We'll get back to you and Charles in a minute. But first, time to give the folks at home a look at what's going on around the NFL. We'll begin up at Bank of America Stadium in Uptown Charlotte. And it was the Rams who took their first step towards a Super Bowl return by claiming the victory. Jared Goff, 2 touchdown passes, as his guys are able to get the victory in their season opener. From there, we head all the way out west to see what's happening with the LA Chargers. And they were victorious in that one over the visiting Indianapolis Colts. Melvin Gordon, 2 touchdown runs to lead the way. Lastly, let's get to the Windy City, see what's happening with the Bears at home at Soldier Field. And they were winners in that one over the visiting Green Bay Packers. Mitchell Trubisky with 3 touchdown passes in the Week 1 victory. In our game, it was a rookie Drew Lock saying, "This is why I should have been picked in the first round." His guys lead, though, by only a point. It's been a tight one. As for the start of the third quarter, we'll send it back to Brandon Gaudin.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Here comes the Broncos offensive unit here as they'll have it first to begin this third quarter. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking to extend that lead.
And this is where I enjoy talking about one of my favorite subjects, tendency breakers, or counters as I also like to call them. You've done things in a certain way in the first half, and they've had the ability to see what you've done. They're going to make their adjustments. So guess what? You adjust yourself and try and stay ahead of the pace because you are looking for some separation in this ball game.
The adjustment to the adjustment.
Without a doubt. Show them one thing, hit them with something else.
The opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12. Now Locke throwing on 2nd down. He's got his big tight end, Fant. And he'll get to the 29-yard line, brought down there. 6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a 3rd down. Throwing his Locke on 3rd down. He's got his tight end, Fant. And he takes us up to the 40-yard line before being corralled. A Bronco first down there, 12 yards on the play.
And after that completion, you can understand why so many teams in the league are emphasizing speed on defense at every position. The tight ends have created so many tough matchups now. If you can't run with a tight end as a linebacker, this is going to be the result every time.
On 1st and 10, it's Lindsey. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 37-yard line. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down.
And plays like that are exactly what this defense needs here early in the second half to give it a little spark. I think their halftime adjustment, what they talked about, maybe it was just a little inspirational speech. Who knows? But looks like they're ready to go.
Come on, set. 10-2 start.
And they will only muster a yard here to the 38. On 3rd down, Locke. And he's going to have the hook up to Sutton. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. He's such a good route runner. Shows it there on 3rd down. Very proficient and a good pass.
And you know what I've observed over the years in the NFL? The better a route runner you are, the more confidence your guy's going to have in you to go to you at important times, because he can trust you being in the right spot, and they connected there and picked up a first down.
So here's a 1st and 10 now in Raider territory at the 43. It's a pickup of 5. Brings up 2nd down. On 2nd down, it's Lindsey. And he'll get 4 here down to the 35-yard line. This will be play number 8 here on the drive. It's 3rd and a yard. Faking to give to Lindsey. Here's Locke. Finding the open man, and that's Tim Patrick. And he's got the first as they'll bring him down at the 28-yard line. That one good for 7 as this long drive continues and the chains move again.
As an unbiased observer, I think it would have been interesting to see what they would have done if they hadn't gotten the first down there. But since they did, I guess the point is moved.
Yeah, they were right there in that middle ground, field goal range, punt, go for it. But as you said, they picked it up. They'll run on 1st down. Lindsey, and he went nowhere. He'll lose yardage back to the 29. That's going to go as a loss of 1 on 1st down. Now, they struggled to get him rolling on the ground in the first half, and that's sort of continuing here in the 3rd quarter.
Yeah, but I don't think it's time to abandon the running game. I would say keep feeding the horse, and I believe he'll eventually reward them, especially as we get deeper in the game.
Maybe just a slight detour on what's been a strong drive. Here's 2nd and 11. Lock to throw on 2nd down. And that's complete to the tight end, Hireman. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets them up for 3rd down.
Let's just break this down and make it pretty simple. Key to the drag route, letting the play develop, finding the hole in the defense, and giving your athlete, yes, athlete, a chance to make something happen once he has the ball in his hands.
They'll try and run for it with Lindsey. And boy, he is very close to a first down, but from where they're spotting that football, he's going to be a foot or so short. Give him a yard on the play, and he's definitely short. It'll be 4th down and a few inches. In the first half, he was held in check on the ground, but despite that lack of production, they still have the lead.
Yeah, and they've got to feel fortunate about that. If they could actually get production from their lead horse, that would help open up this offense and widen this margin, too.
So on 4th down, on comes Brandon McManus and the field goal unit for the Broncos. From the right hash, it's a 35-yard attempt. And McManus able to put it through, and that'll move their lead up to 4 now. Well, looking at it from a defensive perspective, that keeps the deficit very, very manageable. You know, all things considered, not a bad job on the defensive side.
Now, I would say that you pointed out something pretty good right there, and that is you actually have both sides happy with that exchange. You know, happy in quotes, of course. One team, hey, we've kept it within range. The other side saying, hey, we put points on the board and did stretch out the lead. Let's see how this one turns out.
Yeah, still bottom line, though, 3 points for the opening drive of the 3rd quarter. So here comes the Raiders offense getting ready for their first possession of the 2nd half. They're down in this game. A chance for the offense, though, to put something on the board, get some momentum here in half 2.
Try and get things kick-started for them. And you know at the half, they discussed how they were going to get that done. This is where scripting comes into play a lot of the time.
How many plays do you script coming out of the second?
Most of the time.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. The man who won a Super Bowl MVP award across the bay in Santa Clara, Von Miller, in there for the sack, and it's an important one from a personal standpoint, as that is sack number 100 in what has certainly been a terrific career to this point. Pass protection has been a problem all night long as they come up facing 2nd and a bundle. Carr defers to Jacobs on the draw. And they're able to swarm him behind the line, and his rough night continues. 4 yards on the pickup there, and now they'll have to contend with a 3rd and 13. Throwing now is Carr. And that will be incomplete. You can tell they were hoping for a flag there offensively. Several on the sideline motioning, hey, why not a penalty? Why not a penalty? What did you see?
Yeah, I think you've got to let them play, and the officials are instructed. If there's contact coming from both sides, no flag. Let them fight it out.
And forces fourth down. Here's Matt Weil now, as he's on to punt for Oakland. This is brought in at the 21. They'll call that a punt of 59 yards. Tough to do better than that. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. Now out comes their leader and the captain of this offense back onto the field. How do you break down his game so far? Just the one touchdown pass, but sometimes the touchdown pass stat category, that doesn't tell the whole story.
It really doesn't. Not until you balance it with the error side, and in this case, he hasn't thrown any interceptions. So a lot of people would call this almost a pedestrian game, kind of a bus driver game. That's just really wrong. Being a bus driver is a good thing if you're running a football team, because that means you're in control and you're taking your team to the right places.
Yeah, he's been pretty solid. Denver has a 1st down on the 15-yard play.
And another thing that makes a comeback route really effective is that oftentimes after you've made the initial move, receivers breaking away from the defensive back, and that makes it a really tough play to defend. A nice chunk of yardage picked up there.
Ready? 18 gainer. Here we go. Let's bring it. Let's go. Let's bring it. Let's put up. Get it.
On 1st down, it's Lindsay. And this will be taken across midfield and into Raider territory. Just what you want on a 1st down run. Call it 8 yards, and it's 2nd and 2. Well, we talked about Phillip Lindsay so much last year, but it bears repeating. Undrafted in 2018, the Broncos would sign him in May, and that was a good decision. He would have a 1,000-yard season, 9 touchdowns en route to a Pro Bowl appearance. So from undrafted to playing in the Pro Bowl in 10 months, that's pretty clean living for Phillip Lindsay. Lock throwing on target to Fant, and he's going to get this inside the 30. Denver has the 1st down, to play going for 15 yards.
One of the advantages of zone defense, as I remember it, is being able to see the play develop in front of you. One of the disadvantages, when they find those levels where they can hit you with it. Sometimes behind the corner and in front of the safety, it makes it tough to defend.
Down. 60 or.
On 1st and 10, here's Locke. Got a man open, it's Sutton. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. That one good for 13 and a Denver 1st down. Into the red zone, it's Locke. He completes this to Sutton. And he'll get it here to the 10-yard line. A gain of 6 there on 1st. 6 yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4. They look to throw. It's Locke to the goal line, but it's incomplete. This will be the 8th play of the drive here. 3rd and 4. Again, they'll throw with Locke. And that is caught. Touchdown, Denver. Deshaun Hamilton there to make the grab. And the Broncos push further out in front. There was a lot of zip on that pass, and baseball might have called that a frozen rope.
I like it when you bring the diamond into the game. I'm going back to the gridiron. Had some heat on that bad boy. Sometimes you throw a touchdown pass, and sometimes
you throw, what, a touchdown strike?
There you go. That's my man, in concert.
Extra point from McManus is good. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. That time, a 9-play drive. And it culminates in a touchdown by the Broncos. After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away. This will be fielded at the 6. A beautiful fake. And he'll get it up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25. Now the Oakland offense heading back onto the field to take over. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. No gain on the dump off. It's second down. Throwing on second down. Carr. Now this will be caught. Tyrell Williams. And they're able to get this one across the 35. Give him 12 yards that time at an Oakland first down. On the draw, Richard. And he'll just plow right into a host of tacklers. Nothing there at all, and it'll be second and 10. Looking to throw on second down. Carr. And he will find his man on the outside. And he'll go out of bounds, it looks like right at the 40. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down. 1 quarter remains here as we wrap up the week on a Monday night. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. The Raiders on third down. They've converted 6 times and could use a 7th here. This is 3rd and 8. Shotgun now for Carr. He's going to air one out. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down.
This defense was definitely alert to the possibility of the deep ball, and they were more than ready for it.
They've got the lead, 4th quarter. Maybe can expect more passes like that downfield. Here's Matt Wild now. He's been terrific so far. And this one hits at the 3 and then bounds into the end zone for a touchback. And Denver getting set to take the field. Well, there are 2 scores on the plus side. Still time here in this 4th quarter, but maybe you start thinking about playing keep away?
Yeah, I think here's the situation. You're not thinking touchdowns anymore. You're just thinking first downs. To keep up with your theme there, playing keep away, first downs, they can't touch the ball.
A throw left side to start out. That's complete. And this will leave them a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on first down. Give him 9 there on the first down completion. To throw again on second down. Lock.
Another nice pickup through the air, and I think a lot of people might expect.
And intercepted. Maybe the turning point they need. Picked off near the 44. That's not one that he's going to want to remember, but he had to get it out of the way at some point. His first career interception.
And if he's the guy that they think he is, he's not laughing it off, but he's also not going to let it affect him as the game proceeds. He's going to go back out there, still be the same confident kid, the reason that they drafted him, and go out and play.
And now Oakland ready to take the field. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
But you know how in baseball, when the pitcher gets a base hit and he's on base, they bring his jacket out to him to keep him warm? A lot of times the punter goes to the sideline, puts on sweatpants or a wrap over his leg to keep it warm. He might need a massage from the trainer right now from all the work he's getting.
And he'll only get a yard, maybe 2, up to the 46. Derek Carr, 3 fourth-quarter comebacks for the Raiders last year, and they only won 4 games total, so they've got some experience dealing with tight ones. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. A pickup of 10, and it's enough for an Oakland first down. That right there is what Jalen Richard can bring to this offense. And last year, yes, he had 55 carries, but they used him more as a receiver. He had 68 catches in 2018, which was tied for the team lead. Really adds a nice element to the backfield for Derek Carr and company. Now Carr. This is caught inside the 15. And all the way inside the 15 before they drop it. That goes for a gain of 31. Excellent execution, and now they're set up nicely.
Are they ever? Red zone? I wonder what the next play call is going to be, because after a big play like that, a lot of teams like to use the momentum to launch another one.
So how about this for field position after the big play? Inside the 15 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Into the red zone, it's Carr. And he will not get away from the pressure here. Carr taken down. Jeremiah Tauchu. Credit him with a sack as he buries him for a loss of 10.
My man, it's been a rough night for that offensive line, and it's only getting rougher. 5 sacks now that they've given up in this contest so far. It feels like the witching hour out here, doesn't it?
Okay, stupid question. What's the witching hour?
Yeah, the witching hour. That's when everything goes haywire late at night.
Pass protection has been a problem all night long as they come up facing 2nd and a bundle. Here's Carr to throw. He'll find his tight end. That's Waller. And he'll get him inside the 15 down to the 14-yard line. 8 yards on the completion, but now they face 3rd down. On 3rd down, here comes Jacobs. And he was able to shed the tackle, but the reserves come in for the stop. Only a yard on the pickup there, and it's going to leave them with a 4th down.
In order to play really good run defense when you're playing a 3-4, those 3 guys up front, the nose tackle and the guys they call the defensive ends, they're usually big, big people because they're going to have to eat up a lot of blockers because it's usually 5 on 3. And when they do their job well, guys who play on the inside, those inside linebackers, they will just roam and hit.
The kick by Carlson is good, and that'll make this an 8-point game. All right, so they needed 2 scores to get back in the game. The field goal there, maybe not exactly what they wanted, but the necessary first step.
There's still time remaining, and there's enough time to get it done. They've got to get at the least a 3-and-out here to get the ball back, preferably a takeaway.
This is taken at the 3. And he'll get across the 20 before he's brought down at about the 23-yard line. Here comes the field general leading his offense back out there for the next possession. And he comes out on the heels of an interception he threw last time they had the ball.
Yeah, and you know, the quarterbacks that I know that are the best ones, the ones that really know how to lead their team, they tell them, that's on me. That's my bad. But let's go back out there and move ahead again, guys. We can get this done.
One good thing for him, it did only lead to 3 points and not a touchdown after that turnover. And all the way home for a Broncos score.
There we go.
Phillip Lindsay, 77 yards. And the Broncos push further out in front. Turning into a really good performance on the road. Week 1, you're just hoping for that first win. It's tough to do it away from home, though, but they're looking strong.
It certainly is. Any road win in the NFL is a great road win. I mean, it just does not matter whether it's supposed to be tough or not. In this particular situation, how great will they feel leaving with a win on the road against a tough opponent?
A little work still to do, though. McManus's point after is good, and the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. So they hit pay dirt on just one play. The long run, the scamper, and a very nice scamper into the end zone for the touchdown. After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away. This will be fielded on the back line of the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Derek Carr getting set and ready to go again on offense here. And right now, probably just one thing in his mind. It's getting back to the hot start because he's really faded.
And ordinarily when that happens, the quarterback, as you know, is usually the leader of the squad. Now there's probably a silent camaraderie that comes around him saying, hey, guess what? We got you. Don't worry about it. Let's go, big fella. Because they know more times than not, he tends to pick things up, and they tend to play well.
Now, meanwhile, here's a second down throw that's knocked away and incomplete. Tyrell Williams was the intended target, and that'll make it third down. From the gun now on third down, Carr. And tight coverage there. It's knocked away, incomplete.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? The zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on third down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. Third down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
And he deserves a bronze leg as he gets this one away. Call it 46 yards on the punt, just a single yard on the return as he was covered quickly. And out will come the offense as they take over. And coming out now, the Broncos. And coming off a one-play drive that was so deflating for the defense, what's their mentality? How do they rally here and stop this offense?
Well, hopefully there's some determination that sets in because they weren't ready to go on the last one. Give all the credit to the offensive guys for getting it done, but to allow a run of that length, that's just not being prepared. So now, are they determined? Are they ready to read their keys and make the proper plays?
And we'll see how determined they are. And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line. 7 yards there and a first down. On first down, Locke. Got a man. That's complete to Hamilton. 10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down. So second and inches after that first down completion went just shy of the marker. Shotgun snap and a give to Lindsey. And he'll be brought down at the 48-yard line. 7 yards there and a first down. So here's a first and 10 now in Raider territory at the 48-yard line. Now Locke. He's got this complete to Hamilton. And he gets it inside the 35 and just shy of the 30. 17 yards for the Broncos there as they've got themselves a first down. Still throwing the football here, even with the big lead.
Yeah, I know you and I came up in a different era, and we think about sportsmanship and all that. Other people think about fantasy points and getting their numbers. That's all they care about right now.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on first and 10. Now it's Lindsey. And he'll get about 3 as he's brought down to the 28. The last run got 3. Now here's second and 7. Now a play fake, and here's Locke. Open man, here's Hamilton. And he's brought down at the 24 after a gain of 4. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a third down.
It is hard in zone coverage to stop a curl route because when they see it, they just try and find the open spot and sit down.
Yeah, we always talk about finding the soft spot in the zone. What's the key to doing that? How do you do it?
You have to read what the coverage is. Is it 2 deep? Is it 3 deep? Because then you know where the linebackers are going to drop, what spots on the field they naturally get to, and you find that open space, and then you're in sync with your quarterback. He should be reading the exact same thing, and they put the ball right on you.
3 yards on first, 4 on second, and now 5 on third down. Move the sticks.
Do my eyes deceive me, or is he getting stronger as this game moves along?
Burst seems just as good here in the fourth as it was way back in the first, doesn't it?
I do believe someone put a lot of time in the offseason and continues to condition during the season in order to continue to carry the ball at this rate.
Inside the red zone here, they'll look to throw. This is the tight end Fant. And they'll bring him down at the 18-yard line. Just a yard on the catch there. It'll be second and 9. Now Locke on the bootleg. And he's got it. And he is into the end zone for a Denver touchdown. Deshaun Hamilton. Already his second touchdown here in this opening weekend. And the Broncos push further out in front. He has really settled in throwing the football, and that touchdown here in the fourth quarter gives him a pretty comfortable cushion.
He may be a rookie, but he's playing like fourth quarter, and the QB is easy. How about this guy? Youngster, not worried about anything, just cutting it loose and having fun.
Extra point from McManus is good, and the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. A 10-play drive that time, and it ends with a Denver touchdown. After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away. This is taken about 7 yards deep, and no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. So out come the Raiders, and down on the scoreboard, certainly needing to avoid what happened on the last drive, punting the football.
Sense of urgency has to take over for them here. They know the score. They know the situation. And by the way, the punter no longer exists for their offense. That's how they have to treat this drive.
They need points.
Big time.
A throw left side to start the drive is complete. And he's going to be dropped following a pickup of 7 past the 30 to the 32. Throwing again on second down. Carr. And they are going to set up shop at the 40-yard line.
Well, this defensive pressure has been constant all game long. The pass rush, the coverage, they've all been excellent, and now they'll tack on an interception here as this one continues to slip just further and further out of hand.
Here's the Denver offense now as they get set to take over here. They've really distanced themselves. They have put the pedal to the metal, I guess, so to speak.
So definitely have them in the rearview mirror, don't they? I mean, you're exactly right. Being able to string together these drives that end up in points, it's almost like a run in basketball to create that distance, and they're on a really big-time one right now.
It becomes contagious, doesn't it?
It absolutely does, because oftentimes it translates to your defense as well, because they're excited about getting the ball back for their offense that's playing so well.
Well, they are clicking right now. And looking to put this game on ice in the fourth quarter, but still not afraid to throw it as they show there.
You want to play the game with confidence, and they have a guy who's in control right now. Their trigger guy throwing it, they feel just as confident with him doing that as they would if they tried to run the ball and run the clock out.
They'll run on first down. Lindsey, a short gain here, maybe a yard to the 29. They'll go again with Lindsey. And a penalty flag down as he gets only about a yard. And let's listen in on the call.
Offense.
That hold coming from the middle of the line, the center.
And it's difficult for him because sometimes you've got people right over you, and as soon as you snap it, trying to get your hands up and block them, you can be a little bit late getting it done.
And he'll take this one down to the 36. And the Raiders call on a nickel set here for third down. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So it's Bronco football as we get your reset here. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. And the play goes nowhere. Losing yardage back near the 40 at the 39. And a loss of 3 to bring up 4.
Well, I know it goes against the instincts of the person catching the ball because all you're ever taught is catch the football, don't drop it.
But drop it there.
Yeah, in that situation, dropping it would have been better. End up losing yardage even though they completed the pass.
As good as a sack.
Yeah, how about that? Although they won't get the same credit for it, and it won't help them at contract time.
And his kick is good. He got every bit of that one as it's good from 56 yards out. So it's 3 more points, and that widens this thing out even further here in the fourth.
And you know in this league, you can never have enough points, but this widens it out, as you said, and now it's all about ball control, isn't it?
After splitting the uprights, McManus to kick it away. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Now the Oakland offense heading back onto the field to take over. They're down big here late. I don't know. You just one last drive here for pride.
Some people like to do that. I remember playing for a guy once. We were down huge, and someone said, "Coach, what do you want to call?" He just waved a hand like, "Who cares? Let's get out of here and do something some other time." But some teams like to do something at the end to feel a little bit better as they continue to move forward.
Yeah, probably just want to put this one behind them. Looking to throw again on second down. Carr. The open man here, Renfro. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. A game there of 30 big ones. Defensively, I know they have the comfortable lead here in the fourth, but they do not want to give up big plays like that.
They want to finish strong. So oftentimes in this situation, you tighten up underneath in your coverage, and you bring your safeties back. They can pick up anything that leaks through. But in the meantime, upfield, you're making plays on the football.
Carr now on first down. That's complete to his tight end, Waller. And he'll get it down on the play to the 37. The Raiders going to use one of their timeouts as they get it right at the 32nd mark of this fourth quarter.
I'm going to come back to you. I'm going to come back to you.
Carr with a play fake to Jacobs. Oh, he almost had it. Already with one interception, just missing his second there. So after the second down incompletion, they'll come up now against a 3rd and 6. Now Carr. It's caught. Jones. And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or two shy of the 10. Throwing on first down is Carr. And he's going to go down. He's sacked back at the 24. Now the Raiders going to burn their 3rd and final timeout as they get it with 16 seconds remaining on the clock. On second down now, Richard. And he's going to be brought down by the face mask. Here come the flags. This is going to get him a first down.
Defense.
Well, we looked at each other right away. We knew that flag was coming out.
And I always enjoy the conversation post because officials always tell you, I don't want to throw the flag, but you caused the play. You did it. I had to.
So now then the penalty's got him set up with a 1st and goal. From the gun, it's Carr. That's complete to Richard, the running back. And they'll be driven back here, losing yardage to the 9. Another shot from the 9 on 2nd and goal. So this one will wind up a Denver victory. And with that, our journey begins, Charles. Week 1 in the books. A great season.
Oh, man, so much to look forward to. Isn't it nice to get a really good game right out of the gate? Preseason behind us. All these games count now, don't they?
Yeah, this is the exciting time with just 1 week gone and plenty of weeks to come. So for the Broncos, it'll be a happy trip home as they start the season with a road victory here on a Monday night. And they will head back home next week. Meanwhile, for the Raiders, they obviously fall to 0-1 with the defeat. And they'll get a chance to redeem themselves at home next week. So for our entire crew, alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gordon. Thanks for watching, everybody. We'll see you next time.
Hey everybody, it's the coach. This is the NFL on EA Sports. Straight ahead, we'll see third-year man Mitchell Trubisky and the Chicago Bears as they take on Drew Lock and the Denver Broncos. I'll have scores around the league for you at the half, but it's time for a little football. So we'll hand it over to our broadcast team, Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
Coach, we find ourselves at the foot of the Rockies, Denver, Colorado, for this edition of the NFL on EA Sports. Just a short time ago, sounds loud enough to reverberate across the Rockies. They're ready for football in Denver as the Broncos get set to do battle with the Chicago Bears. And hello again, everyone. Brandon Gaudin alongside Charles Davis. And Charles, we look at this Bronco team. They come in off a good win on the road, and now they hit the home opener at 1-0.
In the offense last week, they had things humming. If you're a defensive player, you may get overshadowed a little bit, but you're really buoyed by what your offense is doing.
Meanwhile, for our visitors, the Bears, they too were winners last time out, so something's got to give here.
And I love it when both teams come in off of wins. Great mindsets, and it usually leads to a really well-played game.
Two teams here, each off to 1-0 starts as this one is underway on EA Sports. Fielded about a yard deep. And all that work, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been, and he's simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line. The Bears offense heading out, led by Mitchell Trubisky, a Pro Bowler last year in 2018. And, of course, the number 2 overall pick in the draft back in 2017. First down, Trubisky hits his target. It's Taylor Gabriel. And they're able to get this one across the 35. A Chicago first down there on a gain of 11. They'll run with a third-year man. This is Tariq Cohen. And this winds up a pickup of 2, maybe 2.5 to about the 39. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8. The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. Throwing here, Trubisky. Gets this to his running back, Tariq Cohen. They follow up the gain of 2 with a gain of 1 that time. Defensively, we check the starters now for Denver. They played really well in the win over the Raiders a week ago.
And it was the pass rush that really keyed their victory. Got to the quarterback 6 times for sacks, and plenty of other turbulence in the pocket for him as well.
A nickel set defensively for the Broncos here on 3rd down. From the gun, it's Trubisky. Open man is Miller. He's got it. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. Mark that down as a pickup of 13, and the Bears have the first.
I think it all came together there. In-breaking route. Drove it with excellent pace. Money throw right there to move the sticks.
So a 1st and 10 now in Denver territory at the 47. Play action. Now Trubisky gonna let one fly for Robinson. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete. Allen Robinson, the intended receiver. But it'll be 2nd down. So a look here at the key inactives, and we got this list before the game down on the field. And they tell us the same thing every time, don't they? Next man up.
No excuses. Be ready to play. That's the mantra of every organization. The key is having guys on the roster who are capable of filling in and playing at a high level. That's when you know you're drafted well, scouted free agents well, and stocked your team just the way you're supposed to.
Here's Trubisky. And that's incomplete. You and I watched film yesterday, and you told me to watch his feet. For whatever reason, his footwork just looked off on that throw.
And you always love it when an ex-defensive back talks quarterback mechanics, right?
Well, but you're good at it.
Well, I try, all right? I don't know how good I am, but it doesn't take much to tell. His mechanics are off a little bit, exactly what you described. Footwork, that led to the incompletion.
So here are the Broncos now for their opening drive. They'll be led out by their rookie QB, a second-round pick from Missouri, Drew Lock. Lock and the Broncos going to come up 1st and 10 at the 20. Now the first carry here for Phillip Lindsay. And he'll go down at the 26 following a gain of 6. North of 100 yards, the 2 scores. And, you got to give a lot of credit to the O-line. We talked a lot about him, but offensive line was good, too.
They're obviously in sync with each other, whether it's zone blocking, power running game, no matter what. He understands how to read them and find the creases that they provide.
On 2nd down and 4. Lock. Now Lock, he lost the football. It's out.
On plays like this where the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back. Because this is the quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or have moved away from him. In this case, though, a teammate is able to come up with the ball.
Set 91. Ready?
Throwing his Lock on 3rd down. And a throw there going to be incomplete.
You hear the calls for a penalty, but I just don't think so. I think in this situation, the defender was making sure his guy couldn't hold on to the football. So I don't see anything that warranted a flag.
No, I'm with you. There was contact, but I'm happy they kept that flag in the back pocket. Second-year punter Colby Wadman out there now for the Broncos as he's on to punt for the first time this afternoon. He only punted twice in the win last week as he gets this one away. So quick on the spin.
He's spinning, man.
A big kick that time, 52 yards. And the Bears take over. Here's the Chicago offense coming back out onto the field. The crowd maybe losing just a little bit of the edge after back-to-back punts.
They want some big plays. They want to see some offense. They want to see somebody break away, whether it's through the air or on the ground. Now it'll be interesting to see where the patience is on both sides. Each head coach, can you hang in there and not try and force something that could put your team in some jeopardy?
The rushing numbers last week for Cohen. 15 carries, 66 yards, and a touchdown.
I was so glad you asked for a couple of offensive linemen to talk to before the game because they told us that in last week's contest, everything was clicking. Didn't matter whether they were doing gap scheme, zone scheme, power, whatever it was working, and they expect more of the same in this game, although they're prepared for some adjustments by the defense they expect to see.
And he'll get it out near the 40 to the 39. 2 yards, good enough for a first. On 1st and 10, it's Trubisky. And this one caught by Cameron Brate. That throw good for 4. It's 2nd down. 4 yards on that last completion, so that sets up 2nd and 6. They'll run on 2nd down with Cohen, and he'll get it out to midfield. Looks like, yeah, they'll spot it right at midfield at the 50. 7 yards there and a first down. Now a fake on the give here as they try the run-pass option. Mark that down as a pickup of 13, and the Bears have the first. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. From the shotgun is Trubisky. He completes this into the hands of Miller. That throw good for 4. It's 2nd down. second down. It's Cohen, and he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. He lost 2 there, and it's third down.
How about that, partner? That happened in a hurry. Sudden, explosive, gets into the backfield, and spills the play.
And he was AFC Defensive Player of the Week last week because of plays just like that. 7th play of the drive, forthcoming on 3rd and 8. Out of the gun, Trubisky. It's complete to Robinson. And they're going to mark him down short, maybe by about a yard, if that. They get 7 there, but it brings up 4th.
Well, we hear so often how tackling has become almost a lost art in the NFL game. But it's so important to tackle well on these receivers, especially in a play like this one. 3rd down, they gave him the underneath stuff. You got to go and make the tackle right away. Now
for the field goal try, here's Eddie Pinheiro. Spotted at the left hash, this from 45. And this will split the uprights. It's right down the middle. And it's 3-0. The Bears hit the scoreboard first. So the scoring drive encompasses 9 plays, and the net result, 3 points.
Take your disappointment and put it aside. 9 plays. Yeah, they want to end up in the end zone with a touchdown. I get that. But sometimes those 9-play drives pay dividends later with another 9-play drive that culminates in a touchdown when they wear down a defense.
This fielded at the 2. And he'll take this one near the 25, call it the 26-yard line. And Denver getting set to take the field. And on the first drive, 3 and out. And I know that these are professional athletes, but I would imagine sometimes you get the nerves at the beginning of a game still, don't you?
Those don't ever go away. And typically what I've heard from guys and what I remember from playing, if you don't have nerves at the start of a game, it's not going to be a great day for you. You're not really ready to play. So finding a way to harness those nerves and not let them affect you in a negative way, that's what all the guys are looking for.
He was solid last week, over 100 yards in their victory on the ground. They want to get that going again.
Absolutely. What they also understand is that from week to week, it's not necessarily the same, but they want it to be, right? What they saw last week on the ground, they want to see in this game as well.
Let's go. You tighten up.
Block now on first down. Man open. He's got it complete to Cortland Sutton. A Bronco first down there, 12 yards on the play. Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on first down. From midfield, here's Locke. He's got his big tight end, Fant. The completion good for 3, and it's second down. And let's look quickly here at the Denver offense.
And how about Phillip Lindsay's rookie season? Began the year 3rd on the depth chart. Finished it in the Pro Bowl. Not bad for an unrestricted free agent out of Colorado with speed to burn.
To throw again on second down. Locke. This is the tight end, Fant. And past the 35, he'll be dropped a yard or 2 shy of the 30. 17 yards for the Broncos there as they've got themselves a first down. Fant, the first-round pick out of Iowa, taken 20th overall. Second tight end taken in the draft. Amazingly, the second Iowa tight end taken in the draft is teammate T.J. Hockenson. 8th overall, he was selected by the Lions, but Noah Fant really wowed everyone in Indianapolis at the Combine and now trying to parlay that into an impressive NFL career. Block now on first down. And he's taken down, trying to do a little too much, getting outside of the pocket, and it results in a sack. Bilal Nichols. Credit him with a sack, and it goes as a loss of 6.
And that's their first sack of this game, but how about last week? 6 sacks, great coverage downfield, which helped that pass rush. They are really working in sync right now.
So second and long, you got to be careful not to fall out of field goal range. They'll try the draw, Lindsey. They get 11 back on that one. It leads to third down. They got to get it to the 21 here on third down. From the gun on third down, Locke. Left side here, that's the tight end, Fant. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle's made here at the Bears 16.
I got a kick out of that one, partner. You and I talk often about trying to hide receivers in certain situations, but a guy of his size, you can't really hide him. But the tight end drag route, definitely an effective way to sneak him across the formation for an easy completion and a first down.
Locke going to bring the offense up 1st and 10, and he's 4 for 4 now, throwing the ball to start the drive. They'll run. It's Lindsey. So a nice job to break the one tackle, but not much daylight after that as he's brought down. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9. Well, look now at our starting defense. They're slightly better than average against the run, number 14 in the NFL.
I jotted down in my notes in prepping for this game that this is definitely an area we got to keep an eye on, because you talk about where they rank in stopping the run, but how about what they're facing? This unit loves to run the football, and they rank highly in the league in getting it done.
Yeah, power against power. Something's got to give. His first catch there, good for 10 yards and a first down. 3-0 after 1 on EA Sports.
Come on, set. 10 over.
They'll run here with Freeman. And he'll get this one back to the 5-yard line, but no further than that. No gain on the play that time, and it sets up 2nd and goal. On 2nd and goal, Locke, and down he goes. Pressure gets him back at the 14. Khalil Mack able to get in there for his 2nd sack of the afternoon.
I'm starting to feel for that quarterback back there. I mean, you know me. Normally, don't have a lot of empathy for the QB, right? In this case, definitely. He's been on constant duress this entire game. I don't know how he's surviving back there.
And to think, there's still a long way to go in this football game. This has been a long drive. You got to figure a field goal would be a letdown. Can they convert now on 3rd and goal? Clock now to throw. This one complete to the running back, Lindsey. He went backwards 5 yards there on 3rd down to bring up 4th. Well, where do you find that one in the playbook, Charles?
You don't. You absolutely don't. And sometimes what happens is guys want to make a big play, and they turn it into a really bad one. Sometimes you're best just to cut your losses and go down. I hope we don't see another play like that. I'll guarantee you the offensive coordinator, he's looking at his play sheet. He can't find it either.
That big loss there on the pass completion. Field goals all we've had so far. 3-3 now as the kick is away. This is fielded at the goal line. And he'll bring it a few past the 20 to the 23-yard line. A reminder coming up later tonight, Sunday Night Football, a good one from Atlanta. Eagles and Falcons, 8:20 Eastern. And then tomorrow on Monday Night Football, Odell Beckham back in New York, back in MetLife Stadium. Browns and Jets, 8:15 Eastern on Monday night. They'll start things on first with Torrey Cohen. Takes this to the 27, give him 4 yards. The run got 4, now they deal with a 2nd and 6. Now Trubisky. They'll roll him out right. And he's going to keep it here. Maybe not exactly what they had in mind, but that scramble good for 6 and a first down. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. First down, a run with Cohen. A gain of 3, 2nd down. Play action. It's Trubisky. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Von Miller able to record his 5th sack of the season. And keep your eye on that man. 4 sacks last week, 1 there here in the 2nd quarter. He can be so disruptive.
So what was he doing in the 1st quarter? What was going on?
Took a nap.
I think he tried to lull him to sleep a little bit. Like, yeah, okay, maybe you've got me this week. No longer. And you know, with the 4 sacks last week, it's obvious he gets his in flurries.
On 3rd down, Trubisky. And he's got Miller. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. Third catch of this first half for him, and this one is a first down. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Now it's Trubisky. And he completes it to Cohen. And that play will go nowhere. Losing yardage back near midfield at the 49. The pass for negative yardage, obviously no good. Maybe he shouldn't have thrown it, or maybe he shouldn't have caught it.
And I think we were seeing it at the same time, weren't we? Maybe you let that one go, right? Because you can see the lost yardage about to develop. But that goes against every instinct of a receiver. They're taught to catch everything. So it's really hard to be mad at him and yell at him for trying to make that play.
On second down now, it's Cohen. And he'll be down close to the first down marker as he gets this to the Broncos 41. The Bears on third down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This time they face a 3rd and 2. They'll try to run for it with Cohen. And he's able to get the first before he's taken down at the 36. They have the first down with that gain of 4 yards.
Well, partner, what do you think? Might have been 4-down territory if they didn't pick it up, but...
Yeah, it's a moot point now. I was curious, so if they didn't get it there, would they have gone for it? I guess we'll never know.
Yeah, we didn't have to make that call, but I have a feeling both of us would have said, go for it.
Off the play fake, here's Trubisky. And this is Gabriel on the catch. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's second down. They'll try again from the 36 on 2nd and 10. Now it's Trubisky. Caught by Montgomery. And the play goes nowhere. Losing yardage back near the 40 at the 39. Well, they tried to swing it on left into the flat, complete, but really nice open field tackling.
And they played that one like a great boxer. They were on their toes on that one. They weren't back on their heels reacting to the play. No, they saw it, came right for it, and made a nice tackle for lost yardage.
The Bears on third down. They've converted 3 out of 5 thus far. This is going to be 3rd and 13. They go play action. Trubisky. And that is incomplete.
Anytime a ball's thrown in the middle of the field, it's popped up in the air, I expect someone to catch. It doesn't matter whether it's offense or defense, because there's usually a great amount of bodies in that part of the field. In this case, no one came up with it.
So coming on now is the field goal unit. They're going to try for 3, and he'll need all the leg he's got here. This will be from 56 yards out. And I don't think this has the carry. It does not. It's no good. And this game will remain tied here in quarter number 2. Was a kicker from that distance, 56, 57 yards. So many things you got to worry about, but I am a little surprised he didn't get it there.
Yeah, with the way kickers are nowadays, we're surprised anything under 65 that it doesn't get at least to the crossbar. But remember this, you have to drive it a little bit lower in order to make that distance, and you also have to be worried about the interior rush that they can get their hands on it. So that's why those stronger kickers nowadays who can pop it up in the air and still travel and carry it, that's who you're looking for.
They go play action here on first down. Rush coming, and he's taken down. Nick Kwiatkowski able to maneuver in for the sack.
That's a pretty darn good start to his season, huh? A sack in the opener, and a second one here. That tells you about his offseason. He came in determined to have a big year, and it's paying off.
They come up on 2nd and long, and the pass protection just has not been there this afternoon. Throwing now is Locke. Completes it to Fant on the right side. That catch good for 5. It's third down.
70, easy.
On third and long, it's Locke. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Give the sack to Aaron Lynch, the former USF Bull.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
The Broncos send out their punter now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. He'll send this one into the mile-high air, and it's a good one. And a nice job here on special teams. This will be down inside the 10 at the 8-yard line.
Absolutely love the flexibility of these punters. Their leg drive, able to get it way up in the air, and that allows their punt team to get down there and down it inside the 10 because they've had some time.
And now Chicago getting ready to go as they take the field. It's been very much a slow start for them. 3 drives and just the 3-point CD.
Yeah, if you're into the points per drive ratio, that answer is 1. And that's not going to get it done in a ball game. They've got to find a way to finish these drives in end zones, not having balls go through goalposts.
Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9. From the 9, here's 2nd and 9. Trubisky gives to Cohen. And he'll take this one up to about the 13. It's a 4-yard pickup there, and it leaves him with 3rd and 5. From the gun on 3rd down, it's Trubisky. And Robinson with a big catch. And he works it across the 25 before being tackled. Mark that down as a pickup of 13, and the Bears have the first.
All right, let's just go ahead and walk through this one pretty easily, right? Blast off the line of scrimmage, get downfield to a certain point, usually around 8 to 10 yards, turn around and make sure the quarterback sees your numbers and set yourself up for the pass.
A well-executed curl route by Charles Davis. Now Trubisky to throw. He'll have a first down past the 40. He'll find Miller. That's complete. 16 yards is the pickup there and a first down for Chicago.
One thing I can say pretty safely, that route is not called if you don't have a guy who can throw the ball and put some mustard on it. Because if you're going to lollipop it in the middle of the field, bad things usually happen. It takes a strong-arm guy who can rifle it in there, and they were able to successfully complete that one.
Looking to throw, Trubisky on first down. Rolling to his right. He's going to take off with it. He'll get 8 on the scramble there. It'll be 2nd and a couple. Second quarter, 2 minutes to go. Tie ball game. A reminder coming up at halftime. We'll head to Orlando. Standing by there, Jonathan Coachman. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL in the second week of the regular season. And just 1 yard here from the 49 to the 50. They'll get to the line here, but remember, it's also 3rd down. Here's Trubisky to throw. He'll leave it for Cohen, complete. And he will have the first down as he gets this to the 47. Trubisky will throw. And break. The tight end's got it. The Bears moving hastily in the hurry-up offense. Now the Bears going to call the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime. Throwing again on 2nd down. Trubisky, and Blake has it over the middle. Now the Bears going to use the second of their timeouts as the stoppage will come with a little under a minute to go in this first half. Could we get a touchdown in this first half after all? It's 1st and 10. Trubisky to throw again, sliding out of the pocket, and now he's going to use his legs. Nice work to get 7 out of that, and it's 2nd down. Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Trubisky, he's going to dump that off to his running back, Cohen. And this is going to be another first down as they'll make the tackle at the Broncos' 19. Now the Bears will use their 3rd and final timeout as it'll come with 15 seconds to play in the first half. The kick by Pinheiro is good. And they will take the lead here in this battle of field goals. It's 6-3. Now, the drive ends in just 3, but they'll take it. Looks like they'll head to the locker room, barring something unfortunate in front on the scoreboard.
Yeah, they may not be jumping up and down and celebrating because they have the lead, but still, any little momentum in a game like this is important to a team, and they'll feel real good about going in and regrouping, knowing that they're out in front.
And a good effort on the return there. Gets them across the 30 to the 33-yard line. Likely time for one final snap as they start out 1st and 10. Here's Locke to throw. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
Set up, baby! Good job.
So if you like field goals, this is your game. 6-3, 3 field goals at the break. As we send you on out to our studios in Orlando, here's Jonathan Coachman at REA Sports Halftime Report.
Okay, Brandon, we'll get you back to you and Charles in a bit, but first it's time for a trip around the NFL following an eventful opening weekend. Let's see what's happening in Week 2. Started out on the West Coast in Oakland, and it's the Chiefs who have the lead in the second quarter. Patrick Mahomes looking good. 2 touchdown passes. From there, we head east to Baltimore to check on the Ravens at home at M&T Bank Stadium. And they were winners in that one over the visiting Arizona Cardinals. Lamar Jackson, 3 touchdown passes as his guys moved to 2-0 on the young season. Lastly, let's motor up to the Motor City. See what's happening with the Lions at home at Ford Field. And they were losers in that one to the visiting LA Chargers. Phillip Rivers, couple of touchdown passes as his guys win their 2nd straight to start the year. In our game, it's been Mitchell Trubisky, who's looked sharp thus far. His guys lead, though by only a field goal. Still anybody's game. As we send it back to Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
Thank you, sir. A field goal separates these two teams as we come back for this second half. Set to resume. Here we go with the second half. The Bears holding the lead and ready to receive the kick. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. Here comes the Broncos offensive unit here as they'll have it first to begin this third quarter. And with the way this offense has played thus far, to be frank, they got to feel pretty grateful to be in the ball game.
I would agree with you totally because they've done all nothing offensively in this game, yet they still find themselves in a position on this drive where a touchdown can give them the lead. They need to take advantage of it.
Yeah, they're still looking for that first touchdown here in the third quarter. All they have so far, the field goal. It's a loss of a yard there, and now second down.
I think it's pretty evident. We can say what a difference a week makes. Last week, he ran pretty much wild, didn't he? Did pretty much what he wanted to do. But this one, they've stopped him cold. That, to me, that's good scouting and even better execution.
Yeah, and they stopped him behind the line right there. They obviously watched the tape a few times and made some adjustments. Another run by Lindsey. And he'll be upended at the 28-yard line. Just a 3-yard gain there. Faking the give to Lindsey. Here's Locke. And he finds Hamilton. That's complete. And brought down, but not before reaching the 45-yard line.
Fired that one in there, able to make connection on a nice in route.
With those faster passes and they're going that fast, any hesitation as a quarterback that the deflection, if you miss, might be bigger and lead to an interception?
Yeah, and the deflection works both ways. Maybe a defender gets a hand in the way and it pops in the air. And sometimes you throw it so hard your receiver can't handle it, and he pops it up in the air for the defenders.
Now Locke, he lost the football. It's out. And this is picked up by the Bears. And his guys are going to take over at the 31-yard line. And a defensive-minded coach loves to turn up the heat, turns it up there, it pays off.
And back in the good old days, those defensive-minded coaches just talked about intimidating teams, using force, right, beating them to the punch. In this case, they're talking about creating turnovers. That's all they preach all game long, all practice long, every meeting. get the football. That's what they want.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. A quick throw out line caught by Robinson. And he'll lose yardage. Brought down at the 32. It's a loss of a yard there, and it's 2nd down. And never good on a pass completion there to go the wrong way. Lost yardage.
No, for some reason, it seems to work better when you throw it downfield or you move the ball downfield running it that way, doesn't it? But in this case, if you're the defensive guys, you're energized, executing well, and you caused a lost yardage play. That's going to feel good and look great in film.
Play action. Now Trubisky. He'll let this go for the end zone. And it's knocked away and incomplete. The chance of wasting this great starting field position, a real threat. This is 3rd and long. Now Trubisky. And that throw intercepted. It's Chris Harris, the Pro Bowl corner. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
And that's a great example of ball skills right there, partner. You and I do a lot of games, and I can't tell you how many guys look to run with the football before they've intercepted it. So that's a nice job of focusing on the task at hand and coming away with the interception.
Here's the Denver offense now as they get set to take over here. Their defense has done the job. Now it's the offense's turn as they've got it 1st and 10. A carry here for the big tight end. And he'll get this only up to about the 3-yard line. Just a yard on the 1st down carry, so it's 2nd and 9. And that is intercepted by the all-pro safety, Eddie Jackson. And they will score a pick 6 for a Bears touchdown. He was 2nd in the NFL last year with 6 interceptions. This time, not only the interception, but also 6 points.
And it's just so difficult to go get the football in this league because people are so proficient in the passing game. It's not easy at all to read patterns, to break on the football, catch the ball, and take it the other way. Yeah, when you have a guy like that on your team, you feel really good about his efforts.
Extra point right down the middle. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. So the defense creating some points, not only getting the interception, but then returning it to the end zone for the pick 6. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6. And now the kick is away. This will be taken in at the 1. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. The Broncos offense now gets ready to head back onto the field. They're sort of seeing themselves spiral out of control. Let's see if they can get things back on track.
And this is where the coach is walking that line of being calm and really being firm with his team.
Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Khalil Mack able to record his 5th sack of the season. A rookie QB struggling, gets thrown down to the ground there. But, you know, maybe this game, it's not over yet, but maybe this game can be a learning experience for him.
So many different things that he has to pick up on. When to go ahead and flush from the pocket and run. When to get rid of the football, not take the sack. When to just go ahead and go down early and make sure you don't fumble the football. So many things that he has to learn. This game starts the process.
On 2nd down, it's Lindsey, and he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. This will be a 2-yard loss on the play. And they're going to face an uphill battle here on 3rd and long.
But if these guys are going to chop into that deficit, they got to do a much better job in the run game. Caught behind the line of scrimmage, no yardage to be found.
They'll run here with Lindsey. And he's going to lose yardage here. Back to his own 18. Tough sledding. They lose a yard there on 3rd.
Sometimes with the running game, you've just got to stick with it. Look, it's the 3rd quarter. No time to panic. But that also doesn't mean you just do it the same way you've been doing it the entire ball game. Maybe change up some blocking assignments or run a few different plays, but stay with the overall essence of the running game.
At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack him here. Now a throw here on second down, and that's complete. And he'll be brought down right at the 45-yard line. 6 yards to pick up, and that's a first down. The start for them near flawless. Defense gets them a 3 and out. 2 quick pass connections on offense.
So that's how a team works together. Just what you described. Get them the ball, give them a little momentum, and they're capitalizing off of that. Thanks a lot, guys. Well, that's the big drawback to this play. Even if somehow the quarterback pitches it, he's not immune to the big hit. In this case, he kept it and absorbed it anyway.
Draw play here. Trubisky gives to Cohen. Some nifty running, but it only gets him to the 45. Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
The pressure drops off as they'll look to throw. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Von Miller in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year. Well, that's 2 sacks in this game, so add that to the 4 from last week. I think that's 6.
Good math. Excellent math. And look, he's going to get all the attention he deserves it. He got home and got the quarterback on the ground. But that's a concentrated team effort because you have a lot of guys who occupy blockers to allow him access to rush the passer.
O'Donnell, he's on to punt as he gets this one away. And a little too much mustard on that one. It hits a couple yards into the end zone. A missed opportunity there maybe to pin him back. Locke and the Broncos going to come up 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line. Here's Locke. And he just gets rid of it. Throws it away. A wise move there. Looked like nobody open. Now 2nd down. After the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 20. Back to the air on 2nd down. It's Locke. This is the tight end fan. And he'll be corralled well upfield right around the 40-yard line. That one a gain of 20 and a first down. On play action, Locke. Got a man open, it's Sutton. And they're well past midfield, just a yard or 2 shy of the 40. Another big gainer that time. This one goes for 19 yards. So they're on that play. Offensively, they were in the crossing route. Defense was in zone coverage. So as a former DB, how tough is it to defend there?
It's really difficult because your natural inclination is to chase the receiver and maybe leave your zone. So you have to have discipline in order to talk to your other coverage guys and let him know that that receiver's crossing from your zone to the next zone. He's coming your way. Make sure you have it. And then when the ball is actually thrown, secure the tackle. When they're moving on crossing routes, if you miss a tackle, it usually results in a big play.
Back-to-back stops make it 3rd and 10.
He continues to struggle to find a crease to break off a big one and might need to just put that aside and just try and ram his way forward and get what he can.
Call it a gain of 3, and it'll bring up 4th down.
Some of the most unselfish players on any football team, defensive tackles, because we ask them to just eat up blocks and allow other people to make tackles. But when he can make a play himself, as we just saw there, that's a big day.
So distance not the issue there. He had plenty of leg to get it there. It's that darn upright getting in the way.
Always gets in the way of a good time, doesn't it? Because he hit it square, too. Sometimes you can bank one in if you get it on the end of the football. No such luck there for him.
The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. They're out in front. Last time they had to punt it away. We'll see if they can add to their lead now.
They don't want to go out and punt it away again. This team now wants to get a cushion, put people away. They want to run their offense and have it end up in the end zone.
18 yards on that one, and Chicago has the first. On 1st down, Cohen. And tough sledding. He'll get maybe a yard. Stop short of the 35. They try again with Cohen. And they're able to get this one past the 30 down to the 25. It's a pickup of 10 and a Bears first down. They'll throw on first down with Trubisky. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And he is in. Touchdown, Chicago. Cameron Braid, his first touchdown here of the new campaign as the Bears push further out in front.
As more and more up-tempo football creeps into the NFL game, some coaches don't think time of possession matters anymore. I believe we found one of them.
Pinheiro now to add the extra point. And that'll make this a 3-score game as the lead moves to 17. Now after the touchdown, here's Pinheiro to kick it off. Fielded about a yard deep. And a very good return, but a penalty marker is down. I'm not sure what this is going to be.
Defense.
Officials so cognizant of that call nowadays, but that would look pretty easy.
Yeah, you're right. They took out of their hands having to wonder whether it's a 5-yard or a 15-yard inadvertent or not. Now, it's a lot easier. You see it, you call it.
And now it's 1st and 10. A big mistake, especially when you factor in the personal foul yardage. They look to throw. It's Locke. He's got his 6'5 receiver. That's Tim Patrick. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. 18 big yards on that one, and a Denver first. Locke now, 6 for 6 since coming back out of the locker room. It's 1st and 10. Now Locke, and he fires one incomplete. He was looking for Tim Patrick that time, but it's going to be 2nd down. They'll try again from the 36 on 2nd and 10. Throwing now is Locke, and that would not to be. It's incomplete. So they couldn't hook up as time has now run out on this 3rd quarter of play. Welcome back now to Denver. It's the Broncos trailing, but they do have possession of the football as we begin quarter number 4. He completes this to Sutton. And he will be very close to a first down, but I see the closed fist of the referee, and that means 4th down.
That was a nicely run slant route, and what the receiver's trying to do is make the defender think he's going upfield for a deeper route, and then breaks it off, usually after about 3 to 4 steps, and cuts towards the middle of the field. And now what he's trying to do is use his body to keep the defender away from the football and get the quarterback a really nice target.
The kick by McManus is good, and that will close the gap down to 14. Well, with that field goal, you can argue they needed to get back within 2 scores, and they did indeed do that, but still a pretty uphill battle. Still got to take 2 fourth-quarter touchdowns to get back into it. And as you and I know, that's a tall order against any NFL defense. They're going to need their own defense to make some plays as well to give them an opportunity. Trubisky brings the Bears up 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. A run there on 1st down going nowhere as he stopped right at the 25. Calling no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd down. Again, it's Cohen, and he's going to have to protect the football and take his lumps here at this stage of the game as they stop him behind the line. They'll wind up losing 3 yards here, and it'll be a 3rd and about 13. Off the play fake, here's Trubisky. And he's got his man on the out route. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. 1st down for the Bears, a gain of 15. He's been the go-to guy. They needed a big play there on 3rd down. Went his way, it worked out. Doesn't matter whether they scouted it or that they think he's going to get the ball. He has a knack for finding his way open and completing the connection. They'll run on 1st down. It's Cohen. And now they're going to get him down right at the line of scrimmage. Adam Gotsis, the big Aussie, in on the tackle. Throwing on 2nd down. Trubisky. And an alley to run. And this will be stopped at the 44. That one good for 7 yards. The Bears on 3rd down. They've converted 6 times and could use a 7th here. Here it's 3rd and 3. They'll run it. Here's Montgomery. And he's got the first down yardage before being taken down at midfield. From midfield now, here's Trubisky. He's got the hook up to Miller. And a 6-yard gain gets him right around the 43. 6 yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4. Now it's Trubisky. This goes to the tight end, Eric Saubert. And here he'll be brought down a little shy of the 35 at the 36. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. They'll try the counter here. Cohen. They'll be brought down on the 30-yard line after a gain of 6. They'll keep it on the ground. It's Cohen. A short gain here, maybe a yard to the 29. So 2 of 2 on 3rd down conversions on this drive, and now they face a 3rd and 3 here. And he'll lose yardage. Brought down at the 32.
If you're a selfish player and you're throwing the ball, you're cool with the completion. Maybe not so cool with the yardage loss, though.
Yeah, you went backwards on the yardage. Hey, it kind of works like a sack for the defense there.
Yeah, it's a really big play for them, right? Able to figure it out, sniff it out, and finish it off.
Well, he had that one on target. That's half the battle. The other half of the battle, however, is distance.
And he nearly had that, too. But it was the crossbar that said otherwise, and that'll deny him a shot at 3.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. And tough to win games if you're going field goal, field goal, field goal here. They got field goal last time. Now they'll be looking for a touchdown.
We're looking for the big chunk now because, as you noted, the field goal, way of doing it makes it that much harder. It puts more pressure on every possession for you now. Go ahead and get 6 and feel a lot more comfortable about the position they're in.
Bigger chunks. We'll see if they can get the score. Open man, here's Hamilton. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a 1st down. Lock now on 1st down. And the coverage terrific there as that's knocked down and incomplete. It was the veteran Prince Amukamara that time who had the play covered from the start. On 2nd down, a run with Lindsey. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. A 10-yard pickup, and it's enough for a Broncos 1st down. Lock now on 1st down. And he's going to have the hook up to Sutton. And he's going to get this inside the 30. That one good for 13 and a Denver 1st down. On 1st and 10, here's Locke. Looking right sideline, but it's incomplete. Once again, they'll come up on the 26-yard line, 2nd and 10. Locke will try again on 2nd down. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down. Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. On 3rd down, here's Lindsey. And that's not nearly going to be enough. Stopped at the 22, and he needed plenty more.
Not too many
Got a guy for it.
Turn down long drives, but when you're down what they are, they've got to pay it off with some points.
And they're indeed going to go for it here on 4th down. So trailing here in the last quarter. Let's see how this plays out. Clock going to go on 4th down. And no, it's incomplete. The Broncos unable to convert here on 4th. And the Bears will get the football back. So still over 3 minutes remaining in this game. But boy, not getting that one that hurt.
That's a little bit demoralizing, so they have to be careful about that because still have an opportunity if they can get some things done on defense. But now, since they've taken over on downs, a team with the ball, guess what? Going to 4-minute offense, maybe they can put this thing away.
Here's the Chicago offense coming back out onto the field. Big stop on the turnover on downs to get the football back, and now it's just all about salting this one away.
Yeah, just slowly bleed the clock away. The clock's definitely on your side. And, you know, when we talk about analytics in the game, what is this one? The advanced win metrics? Because if you take care of the football here, bleed the clock down, with about 95% chance.
Oh, yeah, I'd say 95 or better. And I know you always say it, every coach does. It's just protecting the football at this point.
And knowing that the defensive guys, they're coming after the ball more than they are the person. They want to knock it free.
14 yards into Chicago, first down. And defensively, they just don't seem to have much of an answer for this passing game.
Not at all. Look at the confidence that's exhibited here. With that type of a lead, clock on their side, instead of running it, they're still throwing it, trying to pick up first downs and keeping the football.
Down under 2 minutes to go in this football game. So the Bears with the football here as we welcome you back. And no doubt what they're looking to do is just salt away the final couple of minutes and escape with a win. So fresh out of the 2-minute warning, and here's another timeout taken with 1:55 remaining. 3rd and 10. Expect a timeout right away if they can't stop them here. Throwing here, Trubisky. He can run for it, and he will. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. Now the Broncos going to use the second of their timeouts. And they'll be disappointed to have to burn one there after giving up the first down. And he's got it across midfield and into Denver territory. Now the Broncos will use their 3rd and final timeout as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming second down play. And he'll get it down here to the 43. Not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. This is Cullen. He's got a first down and more inside the 30. And down to the 28-yard line. First down for the Bears, a gain of 15. All runs on this drive so far. It's 1st and 10. And Trubisky down to a knee, and that is all she wrote. So this one in the win column for the Chicago Bears. And it was their defense that led the way, allowing just 3 points, that lone field goal, the entire second half.
And remember the old adage, offense sells tickets. Defense does what?
Wins championships.
And in this game, maybe a championship wasn't won, but a game was by the defense, right? Held them to just a field goal. That's a heck of a job. I mean, when they went out there with that determination and a pretty good game plan, pretty good idea of what they wanted to accomplish. Just love the execution, love the tenacity, love the way they finished.
So for the Bears, it was a great all-around performance as they come out of this one with the victory. And they'll get another road date next week as their opponents will be the Washington Redskins. Meanwhile, for Denver, they'll fall to 1-1. And they'll try to get back to their winning ways next week as they head to Lambeau to take on the Packers. Thanks for tuning in, everybody. Alongside Charles Davis, we thank our entire crew. I'm Brandon Gaudin. This is the NFL on EA Sports.